Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the 2024 Las Vegas Challenge, the 25th anniversary. And here on day 3, we are back at the Millennium course once again. Big old shout out to our Patreon supporters. And again, if you would like to help support us in our video creation, head on over there and consider supporting today. I'm Derek. And beside me, we have Chris, once again, the co-founders of Gatekeeper Media, and we are thrilled to be bringing you LVC for our 6th year in a row.
Yeah, Gannon laying down 2 12 unders. The Millennium course round 1 and then the Innova course round 2. So he has a little bit of a cushion. Connor Rock, first-time member on Gatekeeper. Casey White, no stranger to our coverage. And Emerson Keith, new to Team Innova. So excited to see what he's throwing.
All right, jumping into hole 1, 390 foot, 119 meter par 3. We're really just going to see a stock hyzer shot coming out of these guys if they're a righty. Really just about playing the wind.
From Urbandale, Iowa, Gannon Buhr.
Gannon has been playing miraculous golf so far, averaging in the 1080s, 1081 average.
Yeah, stitching 2 12 downs back to back is pretty sick.
Yeah, conditions have been very good the first 2 days for our feature and lead card. Today, great conditions as well. A little bit of wind here or there, but the grand scheme of things, pretty calm. So this needs to check up. This is coming pretty quick.
Pushed it a little further than his shot on this hole in round 1.
Connor Rock from Arizona. First time seeing him play, so I'm very excited to see what his style of game brings.
Yeah, and he throws an open bag, so it's going to be pretty neat to see a variety of different manufacturers represented. Going more for the line drive approach. Little high.
Little left. Little long.
Third on the tee, from Shirley, Massachusetts, Casey White.
Some Northeast folk out here in Vegas. Casey going with the standstill. I like to see that. Long left as well.
From Pilot Point, Texas, Emerson Keith.
And I believe after 2 solid rounds for Emerson, he was on chase card for day 2, pushed himself up to lead.
Yeah, played very well at the end of a course.
And that should be the line you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Inside the circle, about 20 feet. It's good distance to get your putting. Ready for the round. It's Connor, close to 60.
The putt seemed to just kind of drop out of the air.
Yeah.
Long bid from Casey. Outside the circle for Gannon as well. A lot of low today.
Yeah. They bring
so
Ludacris
far
to this card. Oh. Emerson taking a stroke on the entire card to start off. Most of the field take a par here. We're going to move into hole 2. 649 foot, par 4. His first shot here was kind of pick or choose. You can try to get over the ridge, up on the ridge. Just push the distance there on the flat side of the hill. It all comes to how your lie is for that second shot. You might have to go up and over. You might have to go under. Sloping green as well, so. That's a good pull from Emerson.
Yeah, and really good positioning, too. You kind of have a lot of options from there.
You don't have to worry about any trees. Just once you're over there by the hillside.
And we can expect a similar line here from Gannon. Just doesn't turn it over as much. Going to land on the top of the ridge there.
Yeah, we saw round one, Calvin pump one so far that he was over the ridge on the left side with like a 150-foot approach.
Wide open, more or less, too.
Connors just needs to check up, and it does. Good side of the tree. As these Vegas greens and fairways are very, very quick. Had some sloping greens in there and poses a threat. Gets pretty tricky out here. I think hole 2 is really the first time we see that.
So, yep, here's that up and over.
Nice shot there from Casey. Drops right in the circle. I hope PJ had his bump cap on.
A little short down that hill.
Kind of where we saw Calvin. Probably about circle's edge, maybe just inside.
Settle down. Catching a roll in that tree there.
Connor having to keep it low, but not too much distance he needed. Yeah, Emerson did not go in a great spot.
Yeah, very obstructed. Actually rolled further than I thought it did.
I feel like that's identical to where Calvin was. I got to check the tapes.
Calvin was right on the tree because the tree stopped him from going up into the green.
Gannon getting his first birdie of the round. Just not enough juice there for Casey. 0 for 2 now. Couple birdies, couple pars.
All right, jumping into hole 3, 359-foot par 3. You got a small hump in the front of the tee box, but really shouldn't come into play. Steady hyzer, check up a little early, and nestle up under the bucket. Path is OB. If you push too far left but are able to beat the trees on that hillside, you should have a look from there as well.
Good shot from Gannon.
But playing into the dirt.
Yeah, not a crazy amount of danger on this one unless you really push it straight or turn it over.
Pin high for Connor.
As you really want to start strong at the beginning of this round. Holes 1, 2, and 3 all playing under par. Now's the time to grab some of your birdies, as we have some harder holes later down the line. like you're saying, kind of miss everything, put yourself and Emerson inside
Pin
the
high.
circle.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Hitting right in bullseye from the tee. Gotta see that again.
Save the best for last.
Wow, that's awesome.
Everyone inside the circle.
Good read with that right to left wind.
I'd say getting 2 out of the 3 to start your round. Setting up a good foundation.
All right, so barring anything crazy, it looks like we'll have our first diamond frame for round 3.
Yeah, playing 0.31 under par. One of the easier holes on the course. Actually, the easiest hole on the course. All right, hole 4. This one's fun. 345 feet. We have a sloping green. You have a green in front of the basket. You also have a hazard sand trap there, basically inside the circle. I would say the miss here is you just push it a little long, finishes left on the bottom of the hillside.
Yeah, and even then, like, there's really not any safe one side or another because you kind of have danger from every angle. But I would say that's the lesser of evils.
But all these guys want to put this right under the basket. It's kind of just staring right at you.
Oh, this looks pretty good.
Oh no. Should be able to save his par from there, but
yeah, I like this line a lot.
ooh.
Oh, great.
Good forehand from Emerson there.
Great way to play into the hillside. Being sub 350, you don't have to put a whole lot of juice on it. For these guys, anyway. Anti-skip back up the hill. Nestles there on the slope.
Just as good there from Casey as Connor. Tough look here, trying to save par with the death.
Oh,
Putt.
just a little high.
And he's going to scoot on down.
I think it may have stuck pretty close there. I'm getting flashbacks from round 2.
Oh, dude. One of the worst holes I've had to watch in a long time. But
great recovery from Connor. That positioning actually was not very easy, I'm sure. The low hanging branches and the uphill putt.
yeah, luckily there is no wind. Just take that factor out completely as Casey's going to get another birdie. 2 in a row for him. And Emerson should grab his. So now 3 through 4. The start you're looking for.
And as we can see from this angle a little better, that's depending on what your putting style is, that's a lot to contend with.
So this hole came 0.31 over par. So this one's pretty tricky.
Touchy.
Yeah, a lot of bogeys and double bogeys.
All right, we got hole 5, 470-foot par 3. Golf green before is OB. OB long, severe slope as well.
Yeah, this one used to be a par 4. Changed it to a par 3, I think, a year ago. If these guys are feeling froggy, they can leap that green and have a tap in. Some people don't even want to play with it. They can just go a little early, but this is one of the
Oh, it's catching a roll.
issues that happen. That's going to go OB, dude.
You hate to see that. And, excuse me, the fact that you can't see the other side of that hill. So walking up, not even knowing that that reaction happened.
Oh, that caught the edge perfect from Casey. He's going to have himself about a 20-footer. Yeah, and there was no spotter on this hole, so there was no flag indicating whether you're out. So Emerson probably thinks he's in a decent spot right now.
We saw a similar line for Gannon on round 1, hitting kind of in that same cluster.
Yeah, boy's a little turnt. Should be able to lay up to get his 3. That's kind of where you lay up to anyway, so. Just needs to catch the edge as well, and I think it will.
Oh, beautifully. Sit down. All right.
All right. 2 guys inside the circle on the very tough hole 5.
Yep, just playing smart golf there from Gannon. No need to be a hero.
Emerson going to be taking his first bogey of the round. Connor with a great bounce back. This is a heck of a birdie to grab. Not a lot of the field taking this one. It's Derek. We just saw 40% of the birdies right there. So 2 of the 5. Casey and Connor, a shout out. Isaac Robinson, Matt Bell, and Nathaniel Johnson all grabbing the birdie on 5. All right, hole 6, par 4, 759 feet. Can really push one on this first shot. Try to get as much distance as you can. Cart path left OB. And we saw a couple little rollaways round 1. This little basket pitched up on this little hill just enough to make it a problem. Oh.
That easily took 30 or so feet out of that.
Yeah, Casey, you should still be in a good spot. As this looks a little too much. This is going to start fading out. Oh, that's unfortunate. That needs to... Jeez, it felt like a roulette ball trying to land on the number. And I don't think Connor wanted it to land on red. So this is a smash out of the hand.
Yeah, carrying over all of that rough on the right.
Perfect turn. over 500 feet. Yeah, I think that deserves another look.
Wow.
Just on an elite level there.
He outdrove himself from round one.
In a year or two, people are going to be probably getting to the basket. I mean, I just feel like every year these guys are throwing farther and farther.
It was a solid crush from Emerson, too. Just about at that 500 mark.
Not the greatest angle here for Connor. So he's got to split these trees. And get
Solid recovery,
circle,
yeah. If that plays early, checks up into the... Oh! Flashing just in front.
Casey trying to give us a highlight. He's going to be putting pretty far out, though. Deep circle, too.
Yeah, pretty fast green.
Yeah.
That's way too wide for Emerson. Going to get stopped up in these trees. Almost on, on the outer edge of C2.
Yeah, missed throw there from Emerson. It's Gannon just so close already. Probably too close. Throws it a little long.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Seems to be the story of Casey today. Is just the putting stroke is a little low.
That's 2 now for Gannon.
Yeah, I believe he has averaged about 2 around so far.
Good par save from Connor. Gets it done in 3 shots.
Yeah, I really enjoy when we have newcomers on the coverage and they show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fun to watch.
No bounce back from Emerson. Par frame.
You want a new disc, but you're overwhelmed by all of the options. Well, we've got you covered. Meet the Innova Pathfinder Guides, a series of graphics that match a set of discs for your style of play, curated by our own Riley O'Neill and Eric Schwann. Whether you're the beginner, the crusher, or anywhere in between, we've got a lineup for you. So scan the QR code, find a guide that matches your style of play, and discover your path to a better game. If you haven't seen these, you're missing out. All right, back to the action.
All right, jumping back in hole 7, 315-foot par 3. Throwing something low and straight to beat all these trees. Really easy to turn one over, land in the palms on the right, and that is quite jail. You are going to potentially see some forehand plays going out wide on the left, swinging back inbounds. A more risky play, I would say.
Hey, if there's any place to get risky, it's Vegas.
And that's that turned over shot like I was talking about, and it's depending on how deep it is in there.
He might be in jail for the rest of the weekend.
No bail.
This is a great shot from Connor. That's going to be a little long, but circle's edge. Gannon's going to show this forehand route, and this gap is tighter than it looks. This camera can't really show it. And then you just need to anticipate a big skip, miss them trees, and
give yourself a circle putt.
That's the line, baby.
That's a little bit of a late release from Emerson. That's going to be too far right. However, if you're going to miss right, that should be right about where you want to be.
Yeah, you could probably still pitch out and get up and down, as Casey's going to need to just
a hero shot. I mean, we've seen him land them before, so
I'm cool with that.
He puts himself in stabbing range. Emerson has quite an obstruction. He's going to kind of turn over patent pending. Nips the palm.
Bank shot. I don't know if he called it, though.
I think he says it after.
He does.
Actually.
Not a great roll there either. That's just kind of pushing you right into the palms again.
Here's Gannon throwing two. Seemed a little rushed than normal. So playing the hero shot and unable to capitalize on the bird.
Awkward look for bogey. That's going to be a dub for Casey.
The lone birdie. Connor's not messing around.
Yeah, he is holding his own. This course showing that it does have teeth. Bogeys can happen. It's going to move us into hole 8, par 3, 400 feet. This one's tricky as well. You have a tight gap with some low ceiling branches to start you off. Then we have that green. People might hit that green, try to get a nice skip. And then we have a sloping green where the basket is down to OB long. So a lot of danger.
Yeah, you want to.
That catches. That's a great shot there from Connor.
You want to play on the more wider right side if you can, so pushing more of a flex shot, because as you can see, not really any room for a stock hyzer. So as you can see here,
That's not going to have enough.
no, took it all out of it when he hit the branch. It's going to be layup territory.
Yeah, taking it from that side of the green. I mean, that's bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this hole. This shows a good example of getting risky. Whoa. That was an awesome skip. Terrible roll.
Skip, but not.
Wow. We get a good smattering of scores on this hole. Was just the point I was making is you see a decent amount of birdies, decent amount of pars, and then bogeys are worse.
Oh.
It's going to be OB as well, as the line is actually not the green. You can see it right there. An extra foot or two. Casey might be far enough down that he can give it a bid, but no, that's going to be a layup.
I mean, maybe a half bid.
Half bid.
But yeah, bogey at best for Casey now, too.
Emerson putting up to a headwind. Never fun to do, but he
Oh, yeah.
executes. Great putt from him. Worth the Gatekeeper rewind.
Solid catch there as well.
This is a great hole to birdie. This came in 0.31 over par.
Oof. Okay. Stayed in bounds, but air ball from Casey.
Yeah, you can just tell since hole one, the putter has not been on today. And some days you have it, some days you don't.
This is just one of those holes that can stack up on you, and a lot of force with that one from Gannon.
Not many bogeys on Gannon's scorecard this weekend.
Two in a row for Connor.
Connor is chasing. Is Casey giving up 5 strokes in 2 holes?
All right, we are rounding out our front nine coverage with a 417-foot par 3, very guarded green here. You're going to see a mix of shots, mainly wanting to just have the skip in, I don't know, like there's that cluster of trees that are 3 in a row. You kind of want that middle one to give you a line on one side or another.
Not a bad shot there from Connor. This hole's interesting. We see a lot of pars on this one. I feel like they've been trying to figure this hole out for a couple years. They had the OB where the guardian bushes were. That was a little too aggressive. I don't think players enjoyed that too much. They took it away. It's like just enough distance where these big forehands really need to push to get in there. Emerson showing us what you can do. It's just one of them holes that produces a lot of pars and rewards those really, really good shots.
You see, that's not far enough forward.
Yeah, either front or back there. He's going to be right behind the tree. Hope he has that tilt that I was talking about the previous round.
No trust.
So that's tricky for Casey. I mean, he still has a lot of distance. With a couple trees there.
But if you're playing for par, it is not really much of a difference. I mean, you have the space to go up and over it. So it's just a par play.
Oh.
Wouldn't that have been something? Emerson's position is great.
Trying to take a stroke on the entire card, and he does. Solid putt, 2 in a row. He is keeping pace with Connor, trying to keep pace with Gannon. Casey still has plenty of holes there to bounce back and get himself back under par. going to finish up this front nine as we take a look at our scores. Bogeys across every player. The Millennium course showing some teeth. Great conditions, and I would say not really the play that our lead card is expecting, as we see Calvin Heimberg, Ricky Wysocki, some of those elites pushing hard on moving day, trying to make it on to lead card final day.
Yeah, and before we leave you, I would like to take a moment to thank our Patreon supporters, but also Innova for making this coverage possible. We've been really enjoying our partnership with them over the years and really happy to be here. So thanks for tuning in to round 3, front 9 of the Las Vegas Challenge, and we'll see you on the back.